For the first time since February 5th, the Baylor women's basketball team woke up yesterday after a win. Since beating then 12th ranked Iowa State in Ames, the Bears hadn't finished a win until Wednesday night. It wasn't pretty, with last place TCU cutting the lead to 3 late in the game, but Bella Fauntleroy said afterward it was nice to finally see some of their efforts in practice pay off in a needed way, with her describing the Bears' schedule as, quote, must wins, alongside a nodding coach, Nikki Collin.
Every game is a must-win for us, so I'm not going to say this was any different than any other game. But defensively, just, whenever we guard shooters, we have to be better about having our feet outside the three-point line, contesting. And today, TCU ran a lot of the same, like flare actions, pin-down actions, and things. So we worked on that consistently during practice last week.
The Bears next host Texas Tech. That game set for 5 p.m. tomorrow in Waco. The Baylor softball team is back into the rankings for the first time in 2 seasons with its best start in 5 years, which included an upset win over #1 Oklahoma. The Bears back at Getterman this weekend for now the Baylor Invitational. The Bears faced a ranked Maryland team, Minnesota, and Division I upstart Texas A&M Commerce before bracket play begins Sunday. Coach Glenn Moore says they can't dwell on that win over OU. They've got to get ready for a tough stretch on the schedule to keep their momentum rolling.
We're going to see quite a few ranked teams in the next few weeks and get tested and see if we can get better from the competition that we've put in front of these girls. I think they're ready for that kind of challenge day in and day out, and it's going to be something that we're going to have to prove our worth.
The Bears open the tournament today 1:30 against #21 Maryland. For the first time in program history, the Baylor baseball team will play a 3-game set at Duke, playing at historic Durham Bulls Athletic Park. It's the only time in the first 21 games this season the Bears will leave the friendly confines of Baylor Ballpark. Baylor saw a bit of a page turn Tuesday in its midweek opener against Houston Christian, coming from a 3-0 deficit to get a needed win. So far, through 4 games, Mitch Thompson says he's pleased with what he's seen from young guys at the plate.
They're taking good at-bats, they're up there competitive, and, they were 2 of our better hitters throughout the entire fall. You kind of expect it, and, but at the same time, there's a learning curve as you're getting into this thing, and you're seeing better pitching than you've ever seen in your life, and there's going to be some ups and downs and, gaining that experience.
First pitch in the series set for 3 p.m. Central Time today in Durham. Could we soon see new clock rules in college football? Several national outlets led by Sports Illustrated have reported that officials in the sport are looking to speed up the game, make them take less time. The proposal is looking at 4 options to keep the clock running and shorten college football games. One of those is to match the NFL and keep the clock running after first downs. The second proposal, though, would keep it running after incomplete passes as well. The third proposal would ban consecutive timeouts like when you're icing a kicker. And the fourth would eliminate untimed downs due to defensive penalties at the end of the first and third quarters, essentially carrying those penalties into the start of the second and fourth quarters instead. Any adopted changes should be announced by the NCAA by the end of next week. Really interesting, especially when you consider how long some of these college games take. And when Sports Illustrated looked at the study, it showed untelevised games were only 2 minutes shorter than televised games. Commercials, not the problem. We'll look ahead to a hectic weekend on the Brazos coming up tonight. Have a fantastic Friday. All new Big 12 update at 6.